Gonna unmute. Go. Okay. Ready to go? Yeah, fantastic. All right, everybody. We are here for the zoning citation hearing, Wednesday, February 22nd, 2022. We have 2023. Why is that 2022 on there? Hey, nobody caught that. Right. What is on there? Why did I put 2022? Anyway, we have 6 items on the agenda today, and we have 4 that will be here today that are actually here. So that's good. We got a crowd. So first on the agenda is 32 Cassuth Street. They're here, so take it away.
We're on the record. I'm Attorney Gary Obers. I'm the hearing officer today. To my right is John Higducky, the Deputy Zoning Inspector for the City of Norwalk. Lady over there with me against us.
She's a concerned citizen.
Oh, that's all right. So that's all I have from the City of Norwalk. Before you're married, I'll take a seat at the table. Interested parties, concerned citizens will also be welcome to take a seat at the table. They may also attend by Zoom or telephone. The procedure is that the city presents its findings, and you'll have an opportunity to be heard. And I'll hear any interested party, and we'll try and reach a resolution that satisfies everyone. And if we can make a decision that may or may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, call them to my attention when I call your matter. You be represented by counsel. Whatever you want.
Oh, fair enough. Well, 32 Cassuth Street, first one on the agenda, and they are here. So let's start with that. Okay. Here's your packet. That is the previous decision form. And this is the summary. And I'll get this going with everybody's favorite share screen. Okay. Get there. Thing fall up there. There we go. We're ready, Council. Oh, all righty. So, previously, we were here not too long ago, the 1st of February, just a few weeks. And at that hearing, there was a violation was continued. Contingent fine of $1,000 was raised to $5,000. This was based on the requirement that the property owner meet with our chief zoning officer to discuss a remedy, either via variance or via permitting. And so they had oral notice, and they're here today. Good there. And so this is a pretty short presentation on my end because a lot of this happened when I wasn't around. So, oh yes, go ahead. Fair enough. Yep. Oh, yeah. There you go.
State your name for the record.
So, Jordan. Marcia Jordan.
Put your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very
good. Witness is sworn.
Perfect. So this was a note which was given to me via our chief officer, Tammy Maldonado. They met on February 10th, and these are some notes that she did give. However, I cleaned it up just a little bit. And so I'll give this to the hearing officer. This is a memo I created to the file. Basically, a quick summary of that meeting. February 10th, again, Chief Officer met with the owner to discuss various process and possible resolution. After a lengthy discussion, owner said he will remove the unit and make it into a laundry space. CZO emphasized to the owner they will need proper permits to do this work. And further, that just because the work to convert the apartment to a laundry room, which is what is or was done, does not equate a resolution to the violation. Again, a variance is also an option still, but the owner has stated removal of the apartment is a preferred approach. And just as a reminder, a zoning approval, building permits, health department approvals, fire marshal reviews are all required in addition to a certificate of occupancy and a certificate of zoning compliance for a four-family residence, and all must be obtained. Sure. So, because the condition of the last hearing was that a meeting was to be held with the chief
We have
officer.
pictures of this.
Not my current presentation, but I can get it up there for you. You know,
That's not so strong.
I can do that.
I
So,
don't remember.
because, all right, we're gonna stop sharing this. I love Zoom. Anyway,
So what are you offering us an evidence for this?
I'm offering those two pieces of evidence that the meeting did occur, and those are the zoning officer, the chief zoning officer's notes, and for the meeting as to what transpired. That's what you gave me, so that's the area where the.
Do you have any objections to this?
Yeah. Up a little bit. There. Where? Oh. Oh. Okay. Let me not get there. There we go. Yes, there you go. There you go.
Any objections to this?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any objections to that document as an exhibit?
Well, what we decided to do,
I'm asking you that. Very simple question. Do you have any objection to what Mr. Ducky is offering to me?
no,
Fine, it's full of it.
Thank you. So yes, this is the property in question. I do apologize, I didn't copy any of the pictures for our presentation. Anything else, this is quick.
Okay, we can all look at them.
Fair enough. So basically what we have here is this was initially an unpermitted nail salon. Then there's a unit here, and then followed by two more on each level. Very quick history is just, this is a C-zone, which is indicated on the exhibit presented. C-zone only allows for two family. However, this is a grandfathered in four family. So this is what it must be reduced down to, is a four family, not a five family enhancement.
That's the one I'm wondering.
It was, so yeah, so the nail salon, according to the health department and the verifiable inspection, is gone. There were no permits to do that, but it is gone. It's not there. We can include that in our permits to remove the apartment, and we can include the removal of the nails.
That's been, all right. So we're down to one problem.
One problem, a little significant. Definitely need to get this down to a four family. So obviously it takes a little bit of time. The city would like to see, you know, a reasonable amount of time given to pull the permits. But also obviously maybe a fine place to ensure that this happens in timely manner.
So what's the next step?
The next step would be they have to submit plans to the zoning office of each floor, each level. It would be a simple floor plan of the second and the second and third floor. And then down in the bottom floor, we would need much more detailed plans showing the existing apartment and then another. I personally have not. That was the discussion of the.
So
of that. They
the
would
next
require-
step is to submit.
They have to submit permit. Correct.
What is your plan?
So the plan, the lady that lives there now, she's moving up to apartment 1. So I'm supposed to get the CO tomorrow or Friday.
Still,
To the property that she's moving in.
what unit, the apartment she's moving into?
Yes.
What about plans that Mr. Hidaki is talking
Yeah.
about? Mr. Hidaki is saying you need to submit plans. What is, do you intend to submit plans? What have you done towards submitting plans?
But I was close the basement apartment.
That is what he says you need to do.
Well, whatever I need to do, that's what I do. Whatever you want me to
Yeah.
do, that's what I do.
We need to obtain the permit to get the full CO for the certificate for the entire property. You need to get a permit, which is what you talked about with Tammy. And to get that permit, you need to get some plans showing each level. And then, how it looks today, and then how that bottom level is gonna look when the apartment's removed.
But the problem we had, the problem is, the only problem was wrong with the bottom apartment, the basement apartment with the surroundings.
Well,
Nothing wrong with the other apartment.
Well, all we're doing is getting the documentation. We're not telling you have to do anything to these other 2 apartments, these other 4 apartments. You don't have to do a darn thing. It's just we want it on paper so we can stamp it and say, yes, these are the 4 legal units. And then the bottom floor, the basement floor, is what you're gonna make it. We're gonna put this in the paperwork. We're gonna put a permit and get you a certificate. And right now you don't have a certificate for anything. You don't have a certificate for. We're trying to get the property up to par. And that's why you don't need to get me full on architectural plans of these 2 floors up here. This is simple floor plan.
So that means she can't move from the bottom floor up on the first floor?
She could do that, but that doesn't solve your problem. That doesn't solve your issue.
Okay. I don't think we're communicating too well. What is the time they would need reasonably to do the next step?
Reason to do the next step,
Submit the plan.
to submit plans, and I think it'd be a good idea for us 3 to meet now that I'm back in the office.
Yeah,
I think it'd be a good
okay.
idea for the 3 of us to meet as well.
Okay.
So I think an appropriate time, I can get the next week or 2, get a meeting, and then reasonably for basic floor plans to get things started, be reasonable 4 weeks max after that. So 4 to 6 weeks would be. I'm assuming how other folks come in with these similar problems, how long they take.
All right. So anybody else?
So,
Excuse me.
yeah, go ahead.
Is anyone here to speak on this matter? We're okay. I'm gonna make my decision. There's no decision. Okay. So,
Here.
here's where we're at. Latest.
If we go we do a bare minimum 4 to 6 weeks. We do have a meeting scheduled already in April on the 12th. That actually gives a little bit more, which is actually
Continue to 12/23. Since you come back here on April 12th, listen to what Mr. Duffy has to say about the progress, and then we'll be trying to take more of this.
okay. And that's all right. You guys are all set.
If I can get the CO tomorrow or Friday.
We'll work it out. I'll give you. I got your number here, so I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Yeah, all right.
I'll give you a buzz tomorrow. We'll ring her.
Oh, okay, I will find out what's the,
I got you. I understand. Well, I'll get a hold of you tomorrow. We'll hammer everything out.
yeah, I appreciate it.
You got it.
Appreciate
You got it.
it.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
What do you do? They don't do anything. Yeah, it's under the table here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so I think our next one here, that's here, is three apple tree. Next one here. This. This is the file I have today. Previous one. There you go. Notes. Yeah, let me get this one up. Stop there. Ready. Fantastic. All right. So, due to a postponed meeting, even though the property owner did receive oral notice at the last hearing, we had to send a notice via constable. So I have that here. So I'd like to present notice first. That is our notice, and this is Constable Bondi's receipt. And for the folks at home, this is the notice with today's date, 3 o'clock. This is
I noticed to be here. I noticed.
perfect. All right. So last time we were here, was September 21st. This was a while ago. And oral notice was given to December, but that was postponed. So no fine was levied as progress was made to resolve the violation. And this is another simple presentation for me. The owner, Mr. Flores there, is working diligently. Oh, I forgot. I keep doing that. But everybody yell at me. Do something.
I forgot to.
Okay, fair enough.
Speak.
Better. Fair enough.
Take your name to the record, please.
Take some photos.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay, so property owner has made significant progress in getting everything finished on the property. As a very quick summary, this was just work without permits. Work that was done without permits at first was quick to get going and just didn't get permits. We have all appropriate zoning approvals and building approval The only thing is, Mr. Torres submitted an amendment a couple weeks back to get what he wants to get into, do what he wants to do there. So I just have, because I was out of the office for a little more than a week, I have not had a chance to review. I will do that, God willing, later this week or early next week. But I think that the property owner is making very good and honest progress. The building department is happy where
June
it's.
21. It's way off.
What I'm hoping for is by June that we can be either very close to done or done.
Okay,
That's my hope.
you may speak, but I don't recommend. Speak?
No, the only thing that I need is
Getting everything you want. All you can do is go downhill. But to June something,
It was the 21st.
6/21. June 21. Right, board for June 21. Oral notes will be at June 21. We've done everything without the copy line. No significant problems, no challenges. Go.
Yeah,
Well, they're all set.
I have a quick question.
I'll give you a call. Or if you want to stop in tomorrow, I'm here
Okay.
8:30.
If I have to.
If you have a friend, love to see you. Thank you, my friend. Take care. Yes, yes. Besides the role playing game, that I have not even had a chance.
Well, so he's doing the whole thing. Why him? Because you
Because I decided you wanted to vacation, right? Well, let's carry it over a little more. All right, we have another participant here, so that would be 10 Harris. All right, let me get that up on the screen there. We'll get there for the hearing officer. The previous decision form. And actually, this was one member I say we're going to have to fly by the seat of our pants because you can do a quick drive by. I think it's really this one. And all right, 10 Harris. Beautiful. Right.
So this was continued to.
The memo?
Yeah, it's your memo.
Oh, no, this was one of the, remember I said in the email.
Oh, okay,
one
fine,
that-
we'll wait, all right, so what happened this January?
January, well, actually, we were at the November 3rd, last time this was heard was November 30th.
Yeah, then we continued.
We continued it to the 4th, but because of the 4th being a very long schedule, if you remember, that was one that we had 13 items on. It was a long, we actually kicked 2 items
Okay, so this was kicked to today,
today, yes.
and we have them here, there's notice.
And I got to put it on the screen though. Yeah, so that was the last time we said, like you said, you're supposed to be here on the 4th, continue to today, with the stacked agenda. For the folks at home, there's the notice. Yeah.
State your name for the record,
Wilmer Melinda.
raise your hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. So
And
we don't have any, do you have any problem with the notice, if I find the notice?
here, yeah. And so this is one, I think Google might be my friend here. That's a quick show again. Oops. I'll learn this sooner or later. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. You got it. I'm just gonna sort of focus on as a quick reminder there. Who's this guy? Yeah. Okay. Isn't technology fantastic? When it works, exactly. Oh. Sure. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, so much for that idea. I'm trying to give you this quick photo of what we're looking at.
Oh.
That's all. I have it here in the file.
I've seen it.
I'm just saying,
Just tell me what's going on.
what's going on, we just have to, us in the building department just have to do our final inspections to verify that the space that was behind is behind the garage
So he's
door.
waiting for you.
Well, we as building department as well.
He has nothing else left to do, so you guys inspect.
Well, right, he has to initiate the inspection of the building department.
Okay, you can do that, right? Anything else?
And once he does that, then, right, the thing that he can do, he can give me a kind heads up when the building department does their inspection, so I can do mine.
He's basically done what he's supposed to do, and just needs inspection.
Well, the funny
What's
thing,
going on?
the funny thing is the violation was for a garage that was converted to living space. The garage door was put back up. I, nor the building department, have been inside to verify that it is back to the garage. That's the head. So
Okay.
once that happens, we're good to go. And he'll get a CO for a garage.
Where do you stand on this, bud?
Now, just waiting on the electrician to get the permit. That's it, but I'm going to start. We are doing the field job. I'm in there.
Somebody got notifying the building.
I didn't do anything yet because, I wasn't anything on. Then I'm back on YouTube. But that's up to the.
Yes.
Okay.
Paul, that Paul's the electrical guy, yep.
He told me that, he says I can continue and, get the gentleman with, certified. License to do the, electrical things, and that's it.
Okay, so when are we continuing this?
Let's see, probably, I think if we can get to, if we can get to the point of the building department, at least doing their inspections, if we can get that by, we already did the April hearing, then that's giving you 6 weeks. That should be more than enough. Hopefully by then we'll close it out by then, but at least they should be able to get to your building department by then. Because again, there's, without, until the building department goes in there, we don't know if there's gonna be any snags, like they have to fix something or something like that.
Violation continues. Agrees. Contingent warning of $1,000. In place. That's contingent. You keep progress, you want to ever have to pay that if you don't. Sure. Continued. 2.
Works well.
That's 12/23, oral notice, I'm telling you right now, this is your notice, to be here April 12th. If Mr. Hideki tells me that you've done everything, you won't have to attend, but there's a contingent fine, so you might want to attend. If it's all done, just talk me out of making the fine. Questions?
No, all clear?
Very good.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
This,
Right.
The other two,
the other two, as in the
there was one on,
one at South Main Street,
South Main, and then, isn't there another one in South Main? There were three?
Two Street,
There's three?
South Main.
Where's South Main?
They're not here. They're the ones out in the hall there. Because we continued it because because they get translated.
Oh.
That's, yeah, I mean, he helped them out a little bit out there, but we need to get a translator for this. Then there's more. No, they don't. We're gonna do that one. They're never here. We're about to do that one.
So they're not here, they don't have a.
You good? Or you wanna,
Which one do you want to hear?
yeah, which one do you want to hear first?
Martin Luther King.
Perfect, let's do that one. All right,
Bring it on.
bring it on, we'll do that. All right.
What, are the people waiting here?
I don't think so, though. The ones that we have left, I know probably aren't gonna be here. So I'll take a check in case somebody miraculously showed up. Got it, though. Cool.
Nobody in the,
And there, no, they got me.
no,
Yeah, I'm listening. Huh?
nobody here told me.
Yes.
Nope.
They're showing you.
Nobody.
Let me go. Yeah, okay.
So, Martin,
Martin Luther King, let's get that.
you may want this back to me.
Oh, boy, yeah. I do all these things. Okay, let's do Martin Luther King. This is my second thickest file today. So this is the previous form. There.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What happens when they don't show up?
I'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Everyone has an obligation to give them notice, and they have a right to be heard. As soon as he proves to me they have notice, I can move on. They have the right to be heard. If they want to be heard, they have to hear one side, not a decision based on that.
And this one, that, and
Okay. You do it.
have a small, I'm on the presentation of it.
Finding it faster than the votes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, so you know what I'll do first here, we'll seeing as the property owner is not present, I'll skip 2 pages real quick and I'll do notice. So this is the hearing notice for today's hearing. Right there. I highlight these. Presentation.
This is the owner of record.
That is the owner of record. I can pull out the tax collector. It is. This is Constable Bondi's drop off. And I will submit to the, on the record, I'll say this, Constable Bondi always calls me when he makes his deliveries. And this one he did, the owner did not take it in his hand, but the owner was in the house and acknowledged Peter that he dropped the notice in between the door. So it was delivered. I have more verification than usual. If we ever needed it, Constable Bondi will be more than happy to testify. So I'm going to say, based on all that, that we have this.
We notice based on pizzas.
So that is, I'll get that back. There we go. Okay.
So again, very short presentation and a little brief history here. This is a property that's adjacent to, well, what used to be the Sono Field House. It's now a volleyball center. But it's next door to that, and it's a contractor's yard operating without permits. Now, this was originally a restricted industrial zone. The zone changed to an industrial number 2 zone, which does allow for the parking of vehicles, of construction vehicles. No storage of earthen materials, no storage of excavators, no storage of heavy equipment, or soil and rock separation. Basically, the only thing that's allowed there now that wasn't before is if somebody has some work trucks or pickup trucks. So my presentation here is, well, we have earthen material, not allowed. And I have this here for the hearing officer as well. So we have earthen material here. We have soil separator here. We have heavy truck here. This size of truck dump truck would not be permitted in the current zone and was never permitted in the previous zone. And lastly, we have a excavator here, front end excavator on the site, which is not allowed before or current. The second picture, the reason I started with that one, Martin Luther King Drive is a NASCAR track. So I have to get pictures quickly before I do my demise. So this was a little bit blurry. The only added thing that is of value that you can see is on the left-hand side. This is a tractor trailer bed back, which right here.
Oh, okay.
And that's also not allowed in the zone currently or previous. Now, this, we have issued fines on this in the past. What I am,
These are,
oh,
it is full exhibits.
very good. So what the city is looking for is to get this to a substantial fine. We are requesting $30,000 so that this way I can get the documentation from the state superior court, fill that out, have the hearing officer sign this, and have the law department here, our attorneys, file a lien onto the property for eventual foreclosure. I say eventual because that can be anywhere between 60 and a lot more days.
Fines would keep running.
They would keep running. The only reason why I wanted to get as high as I can now is because every time we up the fine, we have to do a new request to the superior court. So the way I figure it is, if we do a $30,000 one, hopefully that notice of a lien on his property and possible foreclosure will get their attention. Then I will ask the hearing officer, as much as it pains me to do this, for a bit of a longer extension than usual, because if that doesn't get his attention, we'll wait for it to pile up a little bit, and then that'll be worth filing again with the court. Filing with the court, as you know, sort of can be a tedious process for attorneys.
Are you here to speak on this matter?
Okay.
All right.
I live in the area.
Hold on, you want to speak?
Well, no.
Okay, all right.
You can speak. You can say anything you want.
Yeah. You just have to say who you are, that's all.
I don't think.
All right.
Relation continues with no problems. Do you want to continue this?
Well, if we do simple math, I may think out loud for a moment, that could be dangerous, but simple math, we have about $5,000 a month we can add on for every month. So if we, I mean, we just started a hearing, we started putting a hearing in June. That would be 4 months, 4 times, so that's another 20 grand to get to 50.
We'll continue to June, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, see what happens
What's the
then.
June date?
June 21st.
6/21/23, read notes. So,
Getting an email for signature tomorrow, Friday.
Please, good. Good, the last one.
2 more on the list.
We have 2 more, yep, not too many. So this is, doing close to that, today is a, how can I put this, catch-up day with, items that were carried over the past few months while I was out. And
That's all right.
so that's why there's no new ones on here. March there'll be a lot, it might be all new ones, maybe one.
So I've got 150 South Main,
That-
291.
Which might be in,
Any of these you're interested in?
150 South, it was, we're take it, the transfer.
You're gonna continue that.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
you got it.
Thank you so much.
You got
You're
it.
welcome.
We'll do that one. We'll do that.
Which one?
150 South Main Street. This one. Now that. Here. Go. Now, so the previous form. Go. So. And then last one. Notes, a little bit of a little more red on there.
So this was continued to January. Into
You would notice.
Yep.
notice.
Put it on screen real quick for the record. So there's the owner of record, Mr. Vasquez, today's hearing date, and then Constable Bondi's service.
Okay, so fine notice.
Okay, and I'll start my presentation with it. They were here earlier. Back when you came in, that's what I was talking to. The problem is, if you remember, my colleague Josh was our translator. He is no longer with our office. He is now back to Argentina, family matters. He's not going to be back, maybe ever. We're keeping his seat warm. So I told the property, with help from actually Mr. Torres from 3 Apple Tree, translated off the record out for me that we're going to continue the matter. I'm going to request to continue the matter because the language barrier is quite strong here. We need translation. And they are, being very honest on the record, they are making progress with them. Slowly but surely, they are making some progress in the building. And again, when we were out there, with Mr. Torres, obviously very familiar with the permitting process at this point, he gave them a little bit of a free lesson to how to get this done quickly.
Okay.
So
Are we going to get a translator? How are we going to deal with this?
So that's why frankly, I wanted to kick the can several months because I don't know. There is a translation service that we could use, and they occasionally use it for ZBA, zoning board of appeals. However, I would put on the record that doesn't matter to me. I don't have the budget for that. It's quite expensive. So we do have.
Is there danger in what's going on?
No, not at the moment, because the illegal apartments have been vacated. And that's, I have confirmation of that, and it's from another here, that the health department vacated the illegal units. So as far as I know, they're still vacated. I haven't asked in a few weeks, so. But the problem is the apartments are still there, and they need.
So that's different.
Right.
So since the last hearing, they've made progress.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, so let's kick the can. Right. No. Violation continues. That made no fine, right? We do a variety. We.
No, I will say, let's, I don't think I suggested June, but let's do May. And I got the date here. 17th. They actually already have a matter up that way, so they already have that.
Yeah, I got it. Three.
It was a good thing, and the building department has one of their inspectors, school inspector. So what I might do is see if they're willing to help us out. It may, if needed, we'll help us out.
There's no privacy.
Yeah.
We got one left.
One left.
Early.
Record time. Maybe I can get some of these. I'd probably leave today. And last but not least, definitely not least, 291 Chestnut Hill. This is the memo. That is the there. So nobody in the peanut gallery.
You're getting progress.
No.
Yeah. Give me a picture. I know what this is.
Oh, here's one of the.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. Well. Yeah, so I'll put on the record, this was, oral notice was given on January 4th for today's hearing, the 22nd. So I obviously did not send anything via Constable Bondi, and unfortunately, not here.
Okay, got that. So, but notice is found, it was oral, I gave it to them.
Fair enough. So if you want, I can,
This doesn't ring a bell.
no, that's, this is I can make my usual claim. Anybody wants to see these photos, as they were part of previous presentations, they are available in the planning and zoning office. Come in and request them Monday through Friday, 8:30 to. There we go. That's some good photos. There's also a small matter where he created a driveway over somebody else's property. And that's what started all this. Good photos. Yeah. Yep. Okay. These are from June.
Oh, that's very much.
Here. Well, I think they would, but I'm on the record, honestly. Even if I had $10,000 looming over my head, I'd make sure I'm here. With my 2 cents, I'll put it on the record.
No, it's got 15,000 additional.
Well, that's what we have to determine today.
All right, tell me what's going on.
So here's the thing. My initial violation that was sent, and this was also mentioned by the astute hearing officer last time we were here.
Yeah, different here.
No, same one, shockingly.
No,
Same one.
that was me being astute.
Yeah, the citation that we sent, which is on the decision form, I'll bring it up here for everybody, is for basically operating contractor storage on the property.
Right.
So the violation was initially sent for contractor storage in AAA zone. Now, I will just very briefly, quick tangent, there are substantial other issues on this property. Work without permits, illegal apartments, a lot. Many departments are involved. However, at the time, when I sent the initial notice, it was just for the equipment. I will have to send new notice and citation for the work without permits. So I am going to present on the record, as you can tell by some of the track marks and some of the soil there, this is where the equipment and pallets were stored. They're no longer there. And another photo of the other side of the property. They're not, obviously they were there, but they're. So legally, I am going to have to say, probably much a little bit to my chagrin and the neighbors, this aspect of the issues there has been resolved. So I will leave it up to the hearing officer how he wants to address the fines assessed and contingent, given that the owner is not here. We have 3 options. We can assess what's there, drop the contingent fine. We could alter the assessed fine, or we could, in fairness, if you want to give him 5 minutes or so to see if he shows up, then he can plead his case. Or if we want to end early, we can end early. So that's 4 hours.
Let the record reflect it's after 4 o'clock, this hearing is called for 3 o'clock, so. I'm presuming he has messages that he's read.
I got Steve. Now, but that's the only thing. If he was only on my phone, I haven't checked my phone since about 1:30. Because that's just like, so.
Why don't you check your phone?
Sure, I can check that. I'll be right back. Remember, you are on record, so don't say anything. No.
Check the hallway.
Yep, I'll do a loop around. Here. Yep. Okay, so let the record reflect on my recent actions, that there's nobody waiting in the hall, and only 2 missed calls I have all afternoon were from one Mr. Oberst and from
Standing out in the snow.
and then the and the fireworks. So
Okay,
not from him.
Relation is cured.
We can put it, that's honest, it is curious.
Relation cured. So I have a fine which was not continued. Gave the contingent to either remove or permit it. He removed it, so I'm not gonna charge him that 15,000. So he just got a $10,000 fine as previously assessed. That's what I have to say.
That's it.
Okay.
10,000 assessed and files. So that's that. Nobody in the audience. That's it.
I could use it here, but he didn't do what he's supposed to.
All right. That's fine. And then I expected that. That was fun. So that was it. Yeah, record timing. Record timing.
Good.
Hey, sometimes it just all falls into place.
Everybody got to speak.
Yeah. All right.
They were smart enough to
Not doing who's smart enough saying it. All right, so we'll close that out, ladies and gentlemen. Our next set of hearings is March 15th. Couple days for St. Patrick's Day, so we'll be pre-gaming that. And until next time,
Bring beer.
I don't know how much the mayor and the council would appreciate having beer in the conference room, but I'm all for testing that.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
We'll find out. We'll probably all come in here.
yeah, they might join us. Until then, see you later, everybody.
Yeah.